Hey there, welcome to 5 Minutes for Life. I'm your host, Ben Amos, once again, author of the book, How to Break Free from Depression, Fear, and Anxiety in 30 Days. And we're talking today about overcoming fear. Now, this is the channel where we discuss how to repair, how to respond to the greatness that lies in each and every one of us. And last week we talked about fear. We really looked at what fear is. Fear is a thought or a feeling or a combination of the two of impending doom. More than not, most of the time, the thing that we're fearing or thinking about actually never really turns out the way that we imagine it to be. So fear is an imagination, many times gone awry. And so we really looked at the fact that fear can be overcome. And today I want to go a little bit further into that and so that you understand that fear manifests itself in many different ways. It does not have to be a big, I'm scared of the dark, or, which I used to be till I was actually an adult, or I'm afraid of spiritual things because we've recognized or seen things in the spirit realm, or we watched too many movies, whatever it is. We don't have to have a chondriac type of fear, but fear is something that every person deals with at one level or another in their life. You can maybe you're dealing with the fear of success or not succeeding the way that you want to or desire to. Possibly you're dealing with fear of failure, failing, it not happening, life not turning out the way that you want it. Maybe you're dealing with, fear of not being a good parent. Fear of people not connecting with you and you not connecting with people. Fear manifests itself in so many different ways. And so I want you to understand that, because I don't want you to tune me out and say, fear isn't something that I deal with, so I'm okay. No, we all deal with fear in one manner or another. When we understand that, we can come up with the tools that will help us really overcome that fear, whatever it is, because you were actually designed to live a fearless life. You were designed to do great things, to live a life of hope and power. And I talk a lot about my own testimony and the fact that fear was something that I dealt with because at a young age, it was prophesied, it was prognosed over me that I would not make it past 5 and then 6 and then 7. And so when you hear those type of things, you live in this constant fear. Am I going to live? Am I going to make it? And so because of my accident, because of the loss of my lung, because of bullying, I dealt with all of these things throughout my life. But I found the solution. I found the answer. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing it with other people, so that you too can incorporate those solutions into your life to live a life that is unshackled, that's unchained, and so that you can be the very best that the Creator designed you to be. So today we're going to talk about 3 things. I made some notes here because I want to make sure that I cover all of those things. The first thing you need to do is you need to understand, or it's detrimental that you understand, that fear is something that is spiritual and mental. In other words, it's not tangible. It's not something you can hold, and it changes according to what you're dealing with. When you understand that everything that we deal with outside of that which is tangible is spiritual. So you have to recognize what your fear is. What are you afraid of? And what are you dealing with? Are you afraid of relationships? Are you afraid of getting your heart broke? Are you afraid of trying again and it falling apart all again? Secondly, you need to, that will help you. The second way to overcome fear, rather, is to understand that you can be empowered by the Creator to overcome fear. Now, the reason why I say can is it's a choice. You don't have to accept His solution. One of my favorite scriptures, it says that we were not given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. A sound mind is dealing with the emotional realm, your heart, your soul, the innermost part of you, who you truly are. And then finally, the third thing, my friend, is you have to pull down the thought of fear every time. Remember that fear is a impending or a thought of impending doom that something is going to happen or something is not going to happen. And when you understand that, you have the power over your thoughts. Because thoughts create who you are. You are a sum total of the thoughts and the words that you've spoken and thought about over your life, over the period of your life. Now, I want to share something with you before we get off here. And this is probably one of the most powerful things that you'll ever learn, and anyone will ever learn in their life, is that words, the force of words, are more powerful than thoughts. You can be thinking about something and you can overcome or interrupt that thought with a word. You interrupt a thought with a word. That's how you pull it down. So you're thinking, oh no, I'm going to go to this job interview and I'm going to fail. I'm not going to get the job. Immediately you speak, you say, oh no, I'm going to get the job. God has already given me the job. I am empowered. I am ready. I'm a mean, lean, interviewing machine. See, when you begin to pull down those thoughts with words, immediately, whatever you were thinking is interrupted. And then finally, you use those words in a very specific manner. In other words, you use the most powerful words ever, which is the Word of God. You got to learn some scriptures. You got to open up the book and begin to speak the power of God over your life. Hey, it's been wonderful speaking with you. I hope that you have learned something and that you will take these principles, these time-honored principles that are derived from the Word of God, incorporate them into your life for a life change. Look, I know I say this, and you may not believe it, and I may not know who you are who are watching, but I love you. I love you, and my prayer, my sincere prayer is that you would live a life unchained, a fearless life, a life that changes the lives of others. Until next time, 2 of these. Get the book, How to Break Free from Depression, Fear, and Anxiety in 30 days. Look at the link, read the blog, give me some feedback. 2 of these.